I'm switching from Premiere Pro to DaVinci Resolve, Part 2. I haven't even touched a timeline yet. I archive every show that I've ever shot on my NAS. I keep everything, and the system right now is bulletproof. And with Premiere Pro, the system just works. I have one root folder for every project, and within that folder is the raw footage, the assets, the export folders, and the project file. I can take that root folder and move it absolutely anywhere, and provided that the machine I'm using on has Premiere Pro installed, I can open the project file and the assets are relinked and it all works. Every single project is a contained folder that can be moved anywhere. The problem is DaVinci doesn't use project files the same way that Premiere Pro does, and it's a whole new system that I need to learn. In DaVinci, your project lives inside a database, and that database is managed by DaVinci Resolve. There isn't a tangible file that you can see that relates to that project. It's all contained within a database file. And that just makes my brain feel a little bit uneasy. Just having my assets separate from the project files, or the lack of project files, just seems a little bit chaotic. Anyway, I watched a few YouTube videos and I think I've figured something out. This is how things worked for me before. I have a template folder buried in my documents on my Mac. That folder contains subfolders for raw footage, assets, exports, project files, raw images, everything that I use on a regular basis for every project. That folder stays in my laptop throughout the tour, and then when I get home, it's time to archive. I just take the entire project folder and I copy it to my NAS. The entire project is picked up, moved across to the NAS, and dropped there. We need to find the closest thing like that works with DaVinci Resolve, and this is what I think I'm going to do. Firstly, two databases. One for client work, one for Floor One. The client database would be organized the same way that I organize the projects on my NAS. It would be the years 2026, 2025. Within those, it would be the clients that I'm working for, and then within those folders, it would be subfolders for each of the shows that I cover. Everything else, the footage, the assets, the export folders, that would be the exact same structure minus the Premiere Pro project file, which I no longer need. You're keeping up? Is this making sense? Is this interesting? Does anyone give a shit? When a project is done and I'm back home, I take the entire Finder directory and I copy that to the NAS. That includes the raw footage, the assets, the export folders, all of that stuff minus the project file, because that's in the database. The extra step would actually be exporting a project backup, which is a .drp file, from Resolve. This isn't the same as a Premiere Pro project file. You can't open that as a standalone thing, but you can import it to a database if you want to open it. I'll probably never need that because the project file would stay in the database on my laptop. This seems like it's going to work, but if anyone has a similar setup with a NAS at home and work on tour with DaVinci Resolve, please let me know in the comments if I'm at least heading in the right direction. What can we tick off? Databases and project management, archive system for NAS, automate project launch. We haven't done it, but I know how to do it. I'm not going to tick it, it feels wrong. Bang, 2 things off the list. I'm not going to tick this one until I actually do it. I'm assuming these are going to work. This one, I'll come back to in my own time. Shall we start a project?